bam, bam, bam. Sinking. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm the Nuffer Dog, and welcome back to another episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last time we ended off with a bit of an audio glitch, but we're here in the GFMC compound, I think it's called. This is a kinetic orb cannon. What a weird invention. I have no idea why these things exist, and neither does the game. They have originally been designed for industrial use, then converted into a combat system. But basically we get them in morph ball mode, and they launch us into the air. I think... Okay, one of the reasons I think, wait, is that it? Yes, it is a new scan. No, that's just saying, okay. One of the reasons that I think this game is better than most people give it credit for, it does a lot more interesting things with ways to get around than Metroid Prime does. There's nothing through there that we can get yet, that morph ball tunnel. Like, okay, Metroid Prime, oh, we now have 100% of the trooper logs, which is one of the major categories of lore, so that's pretty important. The other categories are bigger, though. Dennis! I didn't know you were called Dennis. I'm the only one left. Managed to get out of the hive, but when I got to the ship, everyone was gone. Dead. I'm heading for that alien building we saw earlier. Maybe someone can help me there. Wait, something's moving down there. Hello? Yeah, drama. We can't do anything about that old drawbridge type thing, so we just gotta drop down here. And here's another weak common enemy that we'll see many times. The War Wasp, recycled from Metroid Prime with a slightly different design. Thing about these guys, they can fire bursts of energy, and I just think that's kind of ridiculous. There's practically nothing in this game that can't fire a burst of energy. And I feel like they could have made that make so much more sense. These are basically just like native versions of crates. You break them, you can sometimes get health and ammo. Where's the thing to activate the cannon? Oh, right, it's up there. I feel like it would have been such better justification for the War Wasps having a ranged attack if they had just said it fires bursts of venom or something like that. But no, it actually has a blast of energy. Make sure to scan the War Wasp hive. It's one of these biology research entries. You can destroy them with missiles. It's just like in Metroid Prime, they just look different. Maybe this is a different species of War Wasp because we're on a different planet. Now, you might not necessarily think to look at it, except for the glaringly obvious crap, but this wall section is structurally unsound. Shut up, I'm smart. So hit it with a missile. That happens. Oh, we can scan the destroyed War Wasp hive, but that's not a research entry, so it's not really important. I actually got stuck here for a couple minutes trying to figure out where this thing you have to scan for this kinetic orb cannon is back here. It's just kind of recessed back here. So, going up. And, yes, we're using ourselves as a projectile to destroy a freaking wall. Samus is that badass. She runs into a wall, and the wall falls over. Oh, shut up. Target has been dead for 8 cycles. We never know how long a cycle is, despite the fact that they're referenced lots of times. Trace amounts of unknown chemical present has a similar effect to mummification on dead biomatter. Interesting looking little alien here. He's kind of generic looking. Humanoid with sort of long and spindly limbs and fingers. Yeah, that's actually a fairly generic design. I do like what they did with their faces, though. I don't know. We'll be seeing more of this type of critter. Not really critter, because they're sentient. Guess you don't really call people critters. But I can call them critters if I want to. You, viewer, you are a critter. Not sure how you should feel about that. No one is, really. I just ramble. Don't mind it. Me. Don't mind it? Yes, you're critters and I'm an it. I don't know. I just can't talk. Target has been dead for 8.1 cycles, an important distinction. Toxic biochemical. Heavy combat training, probably a warrior. Maybe its weapons were taken. And I'm just not ever going to let this thing finish what it's trying to say. Okay, what is it? You know what? I think it was actually talking about another save station, because there's a save station in this room. We can try to scan these. They're kind of hard to scan here, but we'll get other chances to scan them later, so it's not a big deal that I wasn't able to. There's some wires. They are active. Here's a compromised security system. Only basic door system ran online. See, I told you there was a save station. This rock here is destructible, but it's made of telluric alloy, which requires morph ball bombs, which you'll recall we lost. Saving in progress. I'm OCD about saving. You'll see me save a lot. I know some Let's Players like to not save often, or like cut out them saving, but I don't bother. I mean, it's only a few seconds. I guess you could argue that the save sequence in this game is kind of long, but that would just make it more difficult to edit. And who wants to do extra work, right? Alright, here's this room. This is sort of a hub room. Unable to scan object. Unknown energy field is scrambling the scan wave. Field is localized and holding at a steady level. Further investigation advised. And I'll scan the other stuff later. For now... barrier. Ooh, we only have 5 drop frames this time instead of 6. Sorry, I had to check the computer, of course. Ooh! Whoa! Dark stuff coming out! Possessing splinters. Now they're dark splinters. So we've got sort of a mini pre-boss battle type thing here, where we just have to fight a swarm of splinters in this enclosed area. Swarm of dark splinters, rather. Regular splinters would not be very threatening. And honestly, these guys still aren't that threatening. But they're, you know, they take a lot more to drop, so... Wow, I'm just, like, using the exact same wording as one of the guys who we scanned. They take a lot more to drop. America. I probably shouldn't be wasting this many missiles, although they sometimes... Oh, yeah, there we go, I got them replenished. So maybe I should be. Maybe it's not a waste. They sometimes drop missiles for you. Oh, okay, there you are. Just die already! Aha! Okay, now this big guy comes. Scan this guy right away. I mean, it's generally a good idea to scan bosses right away. This is the Alpha Splinter. He's the Alpha Male, very swift and strong, uses ramming attacks. Paving the way for smaller broodlings. Interesting. And I don't even care about him. I'm just not threatened. I'm just gonna sit here and scan this small energy unit. Okay, yeah, it's gonna tell us about the dash move again here, because that is very handy in avoiding his attacks. Not fully necessary, but useful. He is pretty fast, but he's not hard to avoid. But you'll notice most bosses in this game, like bosses in Prime, are gonna have a health bar at the top of the screen, right under ours. But this guy doesn't have a health... I dashed the wrong way. He was tracking me. This guy doesn't have a health bar yet. You'll see why in a minute. We have to damage him a bit more first. And I'm actually... I'm kind of not doing so well on health. I'm sure I'll still make it. This is the first boss battle in the game, and it's not hard. But see, this dark stuff is going to come in and possess the Alpha Splinter. So now he's a separate scan. He's the Dark Alpha Splinter. If you were doing this on normal mode, it wouldn't take very much time for first to be targeted for Darkling possessions, because they're stronger. And the Darkling possession makes them grow in size, strength, and durability, although he looks the same size to me. But he does become tougher. And he gets a projectile attack, sort of like the War Wasps. You know, he's not too hard, and he follows a very predictable pattern here. He just shoots, and then charges. Not hard to dodge at all. But yeah, if you were doing this on normal difficulty, not hard mode, you would definitely want to make sure you scanned the regular Alpha Splinter. Oh wow, that took a lot of health, so I have to be careful not to get hit again. I think I'm kind of getting cocky, or maybe it's the Let's Play curse, you know. Talking is distracting me. But yeah, I'll just have to be very careful about dodging for the rest of this fight, and maybe use up these last 2 missiles. I don't know why it sounds like I'm singing, just deal with it. Charge beams, obviously, are the best thing here, you know. More efficient than normal shots, though those still work. Usually good to get off a few of them between charge shots. If you still have any missiles, use them, but there we go. Took him down without dying, despite my low energy. I blame the fact that we don't have any energy tanks left. Excuses, excuses. And there's a thing. We can scan the thing, but we don't know what it is. It just says unknown technology. Boop! It's running away from us. And flying around. Why it does that, I don't know, but now it has bonded to our suit. And electrocuting us, that doesn't seem good. System alert. Unknown item required. Alien technology is bonded to armor systems. Threat scan complete. No negative impact on suit performance. Well, if it doesn't kill us, then it's probably okay, right? Stasis chambers. So there's some kind of organism sleeping in there. And here's some more of these doors blocked off with alien text, including, I believe, the one that we entered through. Yeah. The one we entered through is blocked off. So there's only one way to progress, which is through this door, which leads into a room with an elevator going up. I don't know why I said that like that. Just felt like it. You can fire off into space. Not space. You know what I mean. Ah, logic. Thy name is not Nufferdog. Actually, I have a pretty logical mind, generally. I don't know. Here we are in a place. Here's some more alien text, and there's some kind of neat technology here that I'm not going to spoil for you by scanning. And there is an alien here who's living, and I declare that he has to have a Yoda voice. Be afraid, do not. I am u-mos, sentinel of the Luminoth. Please listen, and of our world's peril here. I'm not doing the Yoda voice right, but I'll get it eventually. He can apparently create holograms from his hand. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet Ether, exploding with great force. A rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over our world. Over the world, whatever. I'm Yoda, bitch. Where once there was one ether, there now were two. One of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. This does not sound like Yoda, but just shut up. It was the end of peace on Ether, for a new race was born that day on the dark world, one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. The Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing of peace or mercy. I've just given up on making him sound like Yoda. For decades we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Ether was born, our planetary energy was divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collects planetary energy. With it, they have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. I don't know what this voice is. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. To me. With it, you can help us restore our world. You are our only hope, Samus. How do you know our name? Strange alien creature. Floating like holograms for your hands. Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be their next victims. That is the only reason we have to believe that we really should be on this guy's side and not that of the Ing. Besides the fact that the Ing attack us, I guess. The Ing have taken our energy to the 3 temples on Dark Ether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system with the location of another temple. There is knowledge there that can help you on your way. So you can just access our suit computer. It's kind of creepy. I have also updated your translator module. You can now access devices and doors coated with violet holograms. Many lands are now open to you. God, this voice is hurting my throat. Okay. Prepare well for your journey. The Ing now know you possess the energy transfer module. They will try to recover it at all costs. Return to me once you have restored energy to a temple. I will aid you as I can. May the light of ether shine upon you. That voice just got worse and worse. Ugh, my throat is sore. Energy fully replenished. That's nice. He does do something nice for us. And we can scan him. Morphology, Luminoff. u-mos. Indigenous sentient species of planet Ether. Subject is u-mos, a sentinel of the Luminoff, guardian of his species and this sacred temple. Subject is Yoda. Scans indicate numerous beneficial abilities, including heightened reflexes, durability, psionics, and flight, ability to generate and manipulate energy on par with that of the Chozo. Dating scans suggest an age of 2.15 centicycles. Only known active member of the species, remaining Luminoff locked in protective stasis until crisis is resolved. And I'm making him dance. Or spin, whatever. And we can also scan this thing, research entry, energy controller. Unit regulates planetary energy. We don't really know what planetary energy is. It doesn't really make sense, but it's whatever is in this thing. Unable to measure exact levels. And here's our first Luminoff lore scan. You can see we only have 2% of it. So Luminoff lore is kind of the biggest part of the lore we're gonna get in the game, and it's the hardest to get all of. It is told that the Luminoff were not born of ether, but of the stars. In the early days, we roamed the greatness of the void, bathing in the glorious light of 1,000 stars. We met a vast number of enlightened minds, the Kren, the Ya, and the Chozo among them. Each of them, we found, had claimed a homeworld and formed a deep bond with it. In time, we decided to do the same. Yeah. So, this seems like a good place to end off the episode. So, next time on Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, we will try to get to this other temple that u-mos has told us about, and start on saving the planet of Ether. I'm the Dog, and I will see you guys then.